Why did you bring Sarah here into this session today?
We wanted to talk to you guys.
What do you want us to know?
That you guys are on the right path.
Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about that?
It's all just very divinely planned.
Why are we all here at this time in this place in Florida?
Helping each person ascend.
In what way?
The energies and the codes and the sharing are helping each person in many different ways.
What else can you tell us about that?
It is very connected. It is a reunion on a soul level. It is also, for most, a cleansing. For to travel is very cleansing. It is needed for each person here.
You say to travel is cleansing. What can you tell me about that?
To travel cleanses. Near density. So it was needed for each person to remove themselves from their current environment and to gather together with these souls, almost like a regeneration of sorts, an activation of sorts. For Source talks through all beings.
Okay. What do you want Sarah to know about her part in that?
She has a very big part in this.
What can you tell us about that?
Just that the energy that she emits is needed for the others.
Mm-hmm. And what is she,
It's hard to verbalize what it is.
tell me, see if you can verbalize what it is. See if you can find the words and let us know what it is that she's taking with, what is the exchange for her?
It's on so many different levels, but it's a specific energy that she has that benefits those around her and is needed at this time.
Is there anything else that would benefit us all to know about the gathering that we're doing? Why is it happening in this place instead of at the beach?
It's because of the ley lines.
And so we're on the ley lines in this room that we're in.
It appears so.
And so what does that do to the ley lines?
It seems there is some sort of a healing effect to this. Much needed for the earth as well.
Mm-hmm. What is Sarah's connection to the earth?
She came here as a volunteer.
Mm-hmm. I want you to go really deep with this question. What is Sarah's connection to the earth? Go as far back as you can.
She first came here to help seed the planet. And it was a beautiful experience.
Yeah. Where did she come from when she came here? Where was she from before that?
Behind the Big Dipper, about 100,000 light years away.
Mm. Is there a name for that star system?
It's just a symbol
Mm.
and an energy. It's like I wouldn't know how to translate it.
Can she speak the language of the star people?
It's an energy that I would have to shoot into your mind.
Is that something you can do?
I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But even the energy of it is overwhelming.
Why is that?
It's just such a powerful energy.
Mm-hmm. What does the energy do for people in the third dimension?
It's too strong.
So does Sarah experience that energy?
She's experiencing a little bit of it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What can you tell her about who she was when she was in that star system? Would you say 1,000 light years away?
She was everyone.
Does she understand what that means?
Yes.
And does she feel what that's like? To be everyone?
It's very overwhelming because it is more than bliss. It is more than love, which is hard to explain.
Yeah, we don't have a reference for that here, do we?
No.
No. What can you tell us about what's going on globally?
Everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to play out the way
Okay.
it has to play out so that humans can work together.
Yeah.
It is all fine. There's going to be a lot of unrest. We are always being taken care of.
So what is the biggest thing that you could share with light workers at this time?
That everything will be fine, that your job here is to hold the light, is to be there for others
Mm-hmm.
who seek you out. It appears that some of us are from different planets,
Mm-hmm.
and so we are meeting up to share a certain energy.
Wonderful.
That is why it's hard for us to see her planet. This information that is shared by being around one another for us and for those that watch her and you as well.
Can you tell us more about that?
It is a reunion of sorts, but a sharing of knowledge.
So does each member of the group work with a different collective then?
It appears to be so.
Mm-hmm. And so they're bringing the energy of the collectives together and uniting?
That would be correct.
What happens when all the energy, can't talk, when all the energy unites, what happens?
It will help the earth as it flows through the ley lines.
Yeah. What about the people and the plants and the animals?
It affects everything.
Okay. What does it do for the ascension or awakening process?
It is a lot of light shared. It will help. We've all been in each other's lives before on Earth, and we have all communicated on each other's planets with each other's. Well, if you want her to travel more and she's afraid of flying.
She's not afraid, she just doesn't like it. She doesn't like being confined and being told what to do.
Oh,
She's
I
very
see.
free. She'd rather just fly on her own. That's also it. She can do it, and it's stupid that we have to get in this thing to do it.
Can she do that?
Yeah, but it's the material world that we're in that makes it confinable. And so in this body, no. No, not later. It seems like we can do it later. Maybe if the world does what we all can collectively do, if everyone can do it, we can do it. But everyone has to collectively do it in order for us to do it.
Right.
We can do it. We can do it now. It's just that it has to be a collective acknowledgement in order for the material to change, to materialize. Needs to be different. I don't know how to explain.
Right. I understand.
It needs to lighten. The density needs to lighten up in order for us to do it. We're too dense in our materials right now.
Do you see this happening in the future? That people will do
It could. That's why it's confusing to her. It can happen.
Right.
We have the ability to do it now. It's just the collective needs to shift. And that's what you all are here doing. It's that you're helping the collective to shift in the awareness so that it can do it. And it can. It's just, it's hard right now. It's hard.
Can you tell me more about that? We're helping the collective to shift?
Yeah.
In awareness?
Yeah, all of you in your, this is why you're all together. This is why you're all here. This is why we've brought you all together. This is why Dolores is helping to bring you all together, because this is your job here. This is why you're all drawn to this work, is because this is how you help people to make their connection to us, to their higher selves. And that's what helps everything rise, is this awareness that it is not material. And when everyone starts to understand that it's bigger and greater than what they see, then the collective rises and lightens up. And then we can all do it. And so there needs to be more and more and more and more of you, so you can all do this work. And everyone needs to heed the call that they're hearing. So many are hearing the call and they're afraid to do it. And they don't need to be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. They all need to help. It's important. It's so important right now. Right now, especially. This is why we are here. This is the time to do it. This is why there are so many of you here and awakening at this time to do this now. And so when you hear the people who are afraid, it's important to encourage them not to be afraid. There is nothing to fear, and to hold them in so much love and so much grace, and so that they can know it and feel it, that there's nothing to be afraid of. And that's really all it is too, is holding them in that space. You almost don't even need to tell them anything. It's just your energies that they can feel. And it's that, like we said in the beginning, it's what she does when she goes out. It's just that little spark of ignition that ignites in them and helps in their awareness and in their growth. And that's all that is needed, is just to be in that energy with them.
Why is it now? Why now is this going on?
It's the energy that we have, it's like traveled into. It's hard to explain it. The energies that we exist in the galaxy, in our dimensional forms that we're traveling through, it's like our step system that we are moving into, traveling through, making the steps through the journey that Earth travels through, if this makes sense.
Right, that makes sense.
Like a clock, like that. So we're just in that area of the clock now.
I see.
We've hit that, like the clock has struck its time in order for this to be in this energy zone, where the energy is present for this to occur. And when this hour is over, the energy will no longer be present and as available. It's just not as present, not as strong, not as available for those to catch it. And so now it's just that it's more available, more strong, more easy to catch now, because we are in this alignment of vibration.
Oh. Is there anything that you would suggest we all do as a group collectively?
Hold your alignment. Just keep your balance. Just keep your balance, stay in your heart center. That is all. That is all. You stay in your heart center. Keep your focus there.
And what happens if we all do that?
That is when you will see how ridiculous it can be. It's so, we can do so much. It's all light. That's all it is. It's just all light. It's all it is. And from there, everything is possible. Everything you can do. That is where everything in the mind is just so immediate. It's immediate. You think it and it is done. And there is no having to do or having, that's what we mean when this is what we have been telling you. This is what you get in your heart center, and it just is. It is no doing. It is immediate because you are aligned in your heart, in your intention, in your focus with the energies that are ever present. And it just is, and it is immediate. It is that simple. It is so simple. It is so simple. You all just need to get out of your way. Just understand that it is just about being in your heart centers. And it's so bright. It's so bright there. It's so bright.
Why are we here?
In the heart. In your heart center. It's so bright. So bright in everything.
Why are we here in Florida together?
Because you all together already know this, and to strengthen it so that you can bring it back to your grid points, and then you can spread it from there.
Oh, anything else that you could tell us about that?
It's important to keep spreading it and keep traveling and keep telling the people and just being and to just do your work. It's important to just bring this energy, this remembrance of your togetherness and your remembrance of your collective and your job here that you came. When you see each other in the auditorium, that is when you get together and plan and listen to all of us, and we come together. And
do we know each other?
Yes.
How?
All of us have been together for so long, for so long, and it is now that we've all come here to do these different jobs, but we go to meet in our meeting place where we all, so it's like we're here in our meeting place. It's not just on that other dimensional level now, we're doing it in the material now. So we're bringing what is in the other dimensions into this material more when you come together. So it's not like, it's more like before you're doing it on the other realms, and now you can materialize it. You're materializing it so you can help with the world more. Bring it into this material. That's what it needs. That's what really needs to happen here, is this material place needs to understand that it's not that. And so your energies are so important to help for the collective to understand that it is not material.
Where is Erica from?
Everywhere. There is no, she's from this brightness. We all are just from this brightness, and this fromness in our humanness is just from our more closest conscious memory along our timeline. Maybe even closest in this like galaxy system.
I see.
Because it's bigger than this. It's bigger than this. It's so big. You guys, it's so big, and you've all been everywhere and so far, you don't even know what they're called and things. So it's just that now our focus is in this galaxy, and so when we say where are you from, it's just our earliest or most soonest memory from in this closest millennia or time frame, or however you want to call it.
We're about finished because we're out of time, but do you have a final message for Erica?
We just love you all so much, and we are so grateful for all of your work, and you're all doing it. You're all doing it, and know that you're doing it, and just keep doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing, and know that we are all here with you all of the time, and when you need help, you just ask us, and you know, we already know that we are always here with you.
Thank you so
And you're all together all the time, and so You are all together, and when you need this togetherness, you close your eyes and you see these moments of you together. That's also why you're together, so you can just close your eyes and bring yourself back in your mind to these times to be together. It's important. We love you so.
Thank you so much.
She is resistant for us to say this because she's trying to understand it. She works miracles.
Oh.
She does not understand that concept.
Can you tell me about that?
She brings people out of a dark place at times and helps them to understand their ability to manifest and create. And when she does that, it creates miracles in their lives, what you consider miracles. One day you will not consider them miracles. You will understand that you are beautiful, dynamic beings that can create this, the wishes, the dreams, the healings by pure thought and vibration. When you hone in the idea that your thought and vibration, when they become a match, you are now in that creative, instant creative place. And as she helps people to become that vibrational match to their healing, to their desire, to their manifestations, she is helping them to create their miracles. And we use the word miracle only because that is how a lot of people will look at a healing. As you all know with your practice of the QHHT, when one heals through becoming the vibrational match to that healing through their sessions, they look at that like a miracle. They look at that like answered prayers and miracles. And that is why we use that word, because that is one that resonates with what she does. But we want to extend that out. You all do this. This is something for all of you to embrace and accept and know about yourselves. And it is, again, not to look at that like you're trying to play God or be something special. And all of you are so humble, so kind, and so beautiful with your intentions around it that there's no way that you could abuse it in this lifetime. So let go of that. There is no abuse of this beautiful energy that you extend out to others. You help them to see their high vibration, their frequency, their love. But you have to remember you came up in a world that teaches you that only certain people can heal, rather that be a priest or a doctor or something of that nature. And so for all of you to be turning people's lives around into the idea that they can heal themselves is such a blessing. And we want to hold such gratitude for each of you. We want you to know that you all work very well with this collective. We do want to touch on the energy of yesterday when you were creating the symbols, when you were creating the frequencies, the portals, and bringing that out into that collective on the beach. You are creating a dynamic, it is sweet because not everyone acknowledged that they were part of this collective. You had the 10 people that were on the beach. You had the energy of all the symbols that agreed to come into this time, this place. And for those that did not understand or did not feel like, maybe they even laughed it off like, oh brother, that is whatever. It does not matter because their higher self agreed for them to be there. That is why they were there.
Right.
The energy that is created in an energetic level, even though physically you were all in the same environment together. The connection has been made. And for all of you to use the portals that have been created with the collection of the symbols that were brought together yesterday, the collection of the energies, the vibrations, the frequencies, when all of those are brought together. Now you all have the visual of standing in the center of the stone circle, don't you?
Yes.
And so when you can come into the stone circle and you can stand in the center of it, imagine yourself pulling the energy from each of the stones, including your own. So you have 10 stones. You're pulling the vibration and frequency of all 10 stones to the center. Now that takes you through a wormhole, doesn't it?
Yes.
And when you go through that wormhole, then you will find yourself on the other side of something extraordinary, something very big. And it is very important to know that this is the portal that will take you to the next thing, the next level, the thing that others are seeking, that others want to know. And this is something that Tracie has known. It's time for the next level. Everybody has learned what they can learn at this level, at this point. And now we need the group of people that are going to bring in the next level. And you are part of that selected group. So it is important for you to write your books. It is important for you to listen to that guidance. You do have free will, and we hope that you will use it to do the greater good and go to the next level, but you also have the choice to say no. Now, those who are saying yes still have the permission of the other 9 members to use the symbol to create the portals, because that is what happened yesterday.